Hello everyone, welcome back to English class. Today we are going to start one new chapter and the chapter name is The Address. I have already given you the small introduction of this chapter in my previous video. So today we shall start reading this chapter line by line. In the meanwhile, I will give you difficult words along with their meaning and then explanation. Do you still know me? I asked. The woman looked at me searchingly. She had opened the door a chink. I came closer and stood on the step. Let me tell you about once again the background of this author. So what happened? You know very well, this is story of a war. The story is about a girl who lost everything during the Second World War. So, because the author was a Jew by religion, and that is why that time she had to shift some other places because in Poland 90% people were Jew, and that time Hitler was only the powerful icon, and he was rising. That means you can say that Nazi party under the guidance of Hitler was rising that time. Hitler was very much powerful that time, and Hitler hates Jewish people because when he lost the First World War, when Germany was defeated during the First World War, which was started in 1914 and it ended in 1918. So Germany was defeated during the First World War, and Hitler, it was belief of Hitler that who was responsible for this? Hitler thought that it is the Jews who were responsible for the defeat of the Germany, and that is why he hates Jewish people very much. And when he got the power during Second World War, he tried to killing Jewish people in large amount, and that is why Jewish people were forced to leave that German place and they were forced to move some other places in Jews' quarter. So that is why it was very difficult to decide what will happen the next moment. And that is why the mother of the author was very much worried about this. Any moment she knew that at any moment she need to shift just to save her life. And that is why she was little worried about her belongings. And that moment only she got her old friend, Mrs. Dorling. And Mrs. Dorling once requested Mrs. S, mother of author, to give her permission to carry away all the belongings or the precious things from her house, because she just spoke to author's mother that once everything will be normal, then she will return back all her precious belongings. For the time being, later on, this will not be very much easy to carry all the things if curfew will start. So this idea was liked by Mrs. S. Even she became very much thankful towards Mrs. Dorling because Mrs. Dorling convinced her that she will look after, she will take care of all the belongings of Mrs. S. So Mrs. S thought that definitely she is very good friend, and she believed that she will definitely take care of all her belongings. But what kind of lady was Mrs. Dorling? Mrs. Dorling was a very selfish woman. She was very selfish lady. She did not want to return back anything to Mrs. S. And because she was very much clever and very cleverly, she just convinced Mrs. S to give her all the things, all the precious, valuable belongings to her. And that is why she started carrying away all the things, and slowly she just carried away all the precious things from the narrator's house, from the author's house. And finally, the war started. And you know what happens in the war? So many people lost their life. There happens destruction everywhere. People becomes homeless, jobless, and in which there was author also and her family. The author also lost her mother, her family. Not only she lost her loving mother, she lost all the belongings related to her mother, related to her house. But when everything became normal once again after so many years, when the Second World War over, and after some years everything became normal. So once she thought that she will not collect all those things, all the belongings of her dead mother from Mrs. Dorling, because now her mother was not alive. So she thought that if she look those things, then those things will remind her the sweet memories of her mother, and she would have nothing except to regret about this, because ultimately she will not get her mother, and every time she will remember, whenever she will see any belongings of her mother, it will remind her the memories associated with her mother, and those things will also remind her the situation during the war and how much she had to suffer. This all will give her reminder, and that is why she decided not to collect all the things from Mrs. Dorling. But later on, one day she became very much curious to see the things. She wanted to touch all the belongings related to her mother once, because now she had lost her mother. And that is why she couldn't stop herself, and she decided to meet Mrs. Dorling. And that is why she visited Mrs. Dorling's address. It was building number 46. Alright, so finally she just reached there and she knocked at the door. What happened? Do you still know? I asked. Who is the I? I is here what? The narrator. So narrator is asking, do you still know me? She just knocked the door and she opened. One lady opened. It was Mrs. Dorling. The woman looked at me searchingly. She had opened the door a chink. I came closer and stood on the step. No, I don't know you. So when she knocked the door, when the author knocked the door, Mrs. Dorling opened the gate and the author asked, do you still know me? But there was no response. That means Mrs. Dorling just pretended. Here, the word is given searchingly. Searchingly means what? Try to pretend not to recognize someone. Alright. So Mrs. Dorling tried to avoid her because she wanted to avoid her, and that is why she just pretended. She just pretended that she doesn't know her and she is unable to recognize the author. And moreover, she opened the door not completely. She opened the door very slightly, a little only. She opened the gate and she asked, Sorry, I don't know you. She just replied to the author, I'm sorry, I'm unable to recognize you. No, I am Mrs. S. daughter. Then the author gave her introduction. She told that she is daughter of Mrs. S., who was her old friend. She held her hand on the door as though she wanted to prevent it opening any further. Her face gave absolutely no sign of recognition. She kept staring at me and in silence. So, what was the reaction when the author gave her introduction? The lady from inside recognized her. Actually, she never expected that she will return back after the war, because it was in her mind that she will just keep all the things, all the belongings, because she was very selfish lady, and that is why she denied to recognize her. But when the author gave introduction about her, she just started thinking about it, and she just kept staring at me in silence. She continuously started looking at her very silently. So here, kept staring. Staring means, what is the meaning of staring? Staring means to look someone continuously. So she became very much silent, what to do, what not to do, because she did not want to give her permission to come inside. All the difficult words I have written over here. If you get, like, already I have written chink, that means a little, and here I will tell you the difficult words whenever it will come. Alright. Perhaps I was mistaken. So it seemed to the narrator that she had reached at the wrong address. At the first moment, she realized that she was mistaken because she reached the wrong address. I thought, perhaps. But it isn't her. I had seen her only once, fleetingly, and that was years ago. Then she started thinking that last time when she met Mrs. Dorling, it was only for a short period of time, like only she saw her for a very little time, and it was matter of years ago. Like she made so many years back to Mrs. Dorling, and only for the short duration of time, and that is why it seemed to her that she was wrong. It seemed to the author that she reached at the wrong address. It was most probable that I had rung the wrong bell, and even she realized that she had rung the wrong bell. Alright, she thought that she had not reached at the right address, and the lady is not Mrs. Dorling. The lady who opened the gate is someone else. The woman let go for the door and stepped to aside. She was wearing my mother's green knitted cardigan. The wooden button were rather pale from washing. She saw that I was looking at the cardigan and half hid herself again behind the door. But I knew now that I was right. You know what happened? Initially, it seemed to the narrator, the author, that she reached at the wrong address. She rang the wrong bell, but when the lady went inside, the door was little open. So she just saw wearing her mother's green knitted cardigan. So she just observed that the lady who opened the door, she had worn one green color cardigan, and that cardigan belonged to her mother. So the cardigan, who was the owner of that green knitted cardigan, so it was her mother's cardigan. Cardigan means what? A woolen clothes, you can say. Alright. So she identified that it was the guardian of her mother only. And she also noticed that the wooden buttons were rather pale from the washing. She noticed that the button which was attached in that cardigan was little fade, pale from washing. Because of so many wash, the color of the button became very much fade. So she finally realized that no, she was not wrong at all and she was right, and she rang the correct bell. She saw that I was looking at the guardian and half hid herself against behind the door. But when the lady realized that the author is looking at her only, looking at the green guardian, then she tried to hide herself behind the door. But I know now that I was right, and finally the author realized that she was right at all. Well, you knew my mother, I asked. Then further she says to Mrs. Dorling that I know, well, you know my mother. She told, you know my mother very well. Mrs. S. Have you come back? And then when the author told Mrs. Dorling that you know my mother was once upon a time your best friend, your good friend. So then there was no any option left behind her, and that is why the lady, Mrs. Dorling, asked, have you come back? Said the woman, I thought that no one had come back. So she asked, so I thought nobody will come again. So no one had come back, and that is why I was unable to recognize you. Then she replied, then the author replied, only me. So who came? Only I. A door opened and closed in the passage behind her. A musty smell emerged. I regret I cannot do anything for you. You know, the door was open a little bit, and the door was continuously, it was moving little bit. Sometimes it is closed and sometimes it is open. It was moving. Might be there was strong wind, or there will be the room was very much airy, and that is why the door was opening and it was closing. So when the door was opened, a musty smell emerged. What happened? She just felt musty smell. What is the meaning of musty smell? Musty smell means what? Unpleasant smell, very bad smell. So when the door was open, she just realized that some unpleasant smell was coming from the room. When you keep your wet clothes for a long time at home without airing it, then it start creating some smell, very unpleasant smell. So that kind of smell was coming from the room. And further, the lady, Mrs. Dorling, is saying to the author that I regret I can't do anything for you. So she says that she is unable to do any kind of help now. I have come here especially on train. When she got very negative reception, very poor response from Mrs. Dorling, because the author never thought that she will behave like this. So she further tried to convince her, at least let her come inside. So what she spoke to the lady? The author said to the lady that I have come here especially on train, like I have come from very far place. I wanted to talk to you for a moment because I want to have a conversation with you. I want to talk something to you. So please let me come inside. I want to meet you, and I have come from a very far away place by taking train. It is not convenient for me now, said the woman. And what was the reply of that selfish woman? selfish lady told the author that this time is not suitable for her to talk to her. I can't see you another time. So she said to the author that she is unable to help at this moment and this is not the suitable time for her to talk to her, and that is why she told her to come later on another time. She nodded and cautiously closed the door as though no one inside the house should be disturbed. And very clearly, she just closed the door. She just told that, I'm sorry, I am unable to help you this time. You can come another time. Alright, and she just closed the door immediately. I stood where I was on the step. So she was on the stairs till now because she was not given permission by Mrs. Darling even to come inside. The curtain in front of the bay window moved. Bay window means what? A window that opens in the towards the open area. So there, because the window was open and it was open towards the open area, and that is why the curtain was moving here and there on the window. Someone stared at me and would then have asked what I wanted. Oh, nothing, the woman would have said. It was nothing. So what she noticed when she was leaving Mrs. Darling's house and she was on the stairs, so what she observed that the curtain was moving and she observed there was someone who was staring at her. So she just imagined that the person who was staring at her will ask to Mrs. Darling about the author, and definitely Mrs. Darling will say that nothing. It was nothing. I looked at nameplate again. Darling. It said in black letter on white enamel, and on the jam a bit higher the number 46. So here the difficult words are convenient, that I know, suitable, and cautiously means what? Very carefully, and step, that is stairs. Enamel means what? A kind of paint over here. Jam means what? Side part of the door. Alright. So as I walked slowly, I looked at the nameplate again. Darling, it said. So when she was leaving Mrs. Darling's house, once she just saw at the nameplate. On the nameplate it was written what? Mrs. Darling, and the letter was written in black in color, and the letter was written on the plate, and the plate was white color. Like the base was painted with the white color, that is enamel means what over here? A painted, a kind of paint. So the base was painted with the white color and the address was written in black letters with the black paint. Mrs. Darling 46. That means number 46, and this was the address of Mrs. Darling, and that was given by her mother so many years back. As I walked slowly back to the station, I thought about my mother. As I walked slowly back to the station, I thought about my mother, who had given me the address years ago. So when she was moving towards the station, she started thinking about that moment when her mother gave address of Mrs. Darling. She was feeling regret this time because she found that the lady was very much selfish. It had been in the first half of the war. I was home for a few days and it struck me immediately that something or other about the room had changed. I missed various things. My mother was surprised I should have noticed so quickly. Then she told me about Mrs. Darling. She remembered it very clearly that when the author visited her house first time, like in the last time when she visited her house, that time only she came to know about Mrs. Darling. Because the author, when she came to her house, she noticed that few valuable things were missing from her house, and that is why she asked to her mother. And that moment only she explained the entire scenario, the entire story by her mother to the author. And that time only she came to know about Mrs. Dorling. I had never heard of her, but apparently she was an old acquaintance of my mother, whom she hadn't seen for years. She had suddenly turned up and renewed their contact. Since then, she had come regularly. So, she had remembered very clearly. So, when she went her home last time, she met Mrs. Dorling. Alright, and that time only she came to know about Mrs. Darling, that it is the lady who is carrying away all the things towards her house, in her house for the safekeeping. Every time she leaves her, she takes something home with her, said my mother. And further, she remembered that her mother told her that every time Mrs. Darling used to carry some valuable things along with her because she wanted to keep all the belongings of Mrs. S very safely. She took all the table silver in one go, and then the antique plates that hung there. She had trouble lugging those large vases, and I am worried she got a creak in her bag from the crockery. My mother shook her head pityingly. I would never have dared ask her. She suggested it to me herself. She even insisted she wanted to save all my nice things. If we have to leave here, we shall lose everything, she says. Because it was the fear in the mind of Mrs. S that if suddenly during the emergency she had to vacate her living place, then she will lose everything. And this time there was one lady standing behind lady in front of her, Mrs. Darling, and who was ready to keep all her belongings safely, and that is why she became ready. Have you agreed with her that she should keep everything? I asked. As if that's necessary, my mother cried. It would simply be an insult to talk like that, and think about the risk she is running each time and she goes out of our door with a full suitcase or bag. My mother seemed to notice that I was not entirely convinced. She looked at me reprovingly, and after that we spoke no more about it. Finally, once the author wanted to ask and wanted to request to her mother, don't believe on that lady, don't believe on Mrs. Darling. She wanted to convey to her mother. So, what is the proof? How much sure you are? Are you sure? Because you are giving permission to take away all the precious things, all the valuable things to Mrs. Darling. But her mother told the author that yes, she is very much convinced. She told that it is necessary to ask because it seemed to Mrs. S that this asking this question whether she will keep all her belongings very much safely or not, it will be very much insult. It will be very much insult if she will ask about her belongings for the safekeeping. Moreover, she was taking the risk of carrying all the things. Whenever Mrs. Darling used to come her house, she used to carry the big suitcase and the bag, and she used to carry it by her own. So, according to the author's mother, she was taking already so much risk, and she was doing help of Mrs. S. So that is why it seemed quite awkward. It did not look good. She did not feel good to ask this question about the safekeeping of her belongings. And that is why further the author never discussed about Mrs. Dorling. So she was just remembering, she just started thinking when she was moving towards the railway station. All right. So this was all about the part first. In second part, I will teach you further. And whatever difficult words are there, I have already given you all the difficult words. All right. So if you face any problem, if you find any problem in understanding the meaning, please let me know. Otherwise, I will just take one screenshot of this difficult words and I will send in the group so that you can write it in your fair copy. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.